We've got some brand new LEGO Minecraft sets to take a look at, and all of the following are going to be releasing on June 1st, so mark your calendars. Up first though is the Creeper, a pretty massive 665 piece buildable figure of the iconic mob. And I mean, what's not to love about this one? Even though a lot of those parts are 1x1 tiles, I still wasn't expecting the price to be $40. The model looks pretty much perfect. The inclusion of the cursed creeper pig, which of course is what originally inspired the mob, is a hilarious inclusion. I honestly cannot believe that made it through all the internal reviews and made it into the final set. It'll likely confuse the younger fans a little bit, but that is one of the coolest things I've seen in the Minecraft theme in a long time. I'm not going to dwell on the set much longer though, as for the most part, what you see is what you get, but I can see this one being pretty popular. The next set is the Pickaxe Mine, very clearly a follow-up to the Sword Outpost from a few years back. I loved that set, so I've been quite excited for this one. This was inadvertently revealed in the LEGO Minecraft Visual Dictionary like a month ago, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've already seen this set. It has 530 pieces and it's going to cost $55 in the US. The figures here are really interesting though and unexpected. This looks like it'll be our Alex inclusion for the year, but we've also got a new player skin. It's been pointed out to me that this figure has been potentially based on the Minecraft movie, which is pretty cool. We're also seeing the unexpected return of the polar bear, which has only been in one set before, the Polar Igloo from 2018. And we've also got a spider jockey with a stray, since this all takes place in a snowy biome. It appears that the texture for the stray's head has been updated to have light aqua printing for the face. It's a weird change, honestly, that I think will make this guy stand out like a sore thumb amongst the older versions of the stray. And LEGO is still adamant, for some reason, on not bringing back that beautiful cloth cape, also from the Polar Igloo set. So yeah, I gotta admit that the new figure is a bit of a miss for me. As for the rest of the set though, I think this looks really cool. The pickaxe uses some transparent dark pink jumpers to give it a lovely enchanted appearance. It's disappointing to see that there's no enchanted pickaxe for the minifigures to wield though. That's a color that's only come in 3 sets too, the Ice Spikes, the Ocean Monument, and the Mountain Cave, very rare and desirable sets. It would have been so great to have seen it here again. The set incorporates a pretty extensive rail network for moving ores around, and I always love minecarts and railways in these sets. It also appears that LEGO will be introducing a new ladder piece, a really great improvement on the barred window design that they've been using for years now. This is actually less than 2 studs wide too, making it really great for custom creations. It's going to look a lot more accurate. This element is really exciting, and I'm curious to see how they're going to use that in other sets. I can see this being used for like a car grill and things like that. The other great element that's been recolored here is the chain used for hanging the lantern. That looks amazing. Alright, so the sets are starting to make their way onto LEGO.com, and we do have a brand new Minecraft Advent Calendar. Should let you know, spoilers ahead if you don't want to see the contents of the LEGO Minecraft Calendar. All right, so yeah, this thing is crazy. 300 pieces for $45. It's gonna be launching on September 1st. So we're not even close. This is so far away because Christmas is half a year away. Love the packaging, big bow up here, super fun. So this is literally everything in the set, and I am shocked by how much new and exciting stuff they put in here. I think that's why the price is what it is. They do go all out on these having Steve and Alex in brand new Christmas sweaters. How adorable is that? Steve's got an ender pearl here. Alex has a stick and seeds. Super cool. Right next to it, you'll see the long-awaited return of the enchanting table. It's slightly different than the old one. Maybe the texture looks a little more detailed. I think this has been updated, but also the book is printed on a reddish brown 1x2 tile instead of the old one's pearl gold one. Go figure. Red and brand new green sheep. It's going to be our only sheep recolor for this year, unfortunately, but I will take it. You got a book and a lectern, making a nice reuse of that same 1x2 printed tile there. So we're getting a new snow golem. No printing on this guy, or at least no new printing. You got the jack-o'-lantern head, of course, that's classic. But the old version that, once again, I believe came in the Ice Spike set, amongst other sets, had some printed, 2 printed pieces. So it's kind of sad that they didn't bring those back. Again, that new Stray design, and don't worry, no cloth piece to be found here. This build is the funniest part of the set. I assume this is a tree at the advent calendar scale and budget. Deep slate diamond ore. Feels like my world. I think that's cool. This is the same cat that was included in the mushroom house, but that's fine. Polar bear again. And then we get to some micro scale stuff, kind of additions that you could have to the crafting table. So it makes me wonder if they are interested in pursuing more micro scale stuff in the future, especially because up here you'll see that we get a brand new zombie. This did not come in the crafting table set. Love the portal with the glitter. That looks fantastic. And then Santa Villager. Holy cow. He's got milk and he's cooking up some cookies in the furnace. Makes use of the red witch hat from the good old pumpkin farm set, where it was indeed detachable from the witch. This is so much fun. Cracks me up. He's got a pink printed nose like the villager from the Minecraft movie sets instead of the, I think it's usually dark tan printed on there, which is a fun touch just because cold nose. I dig it. This is so clever, so creative, very, very unexpected because it's a new face print. It's a new torso print, new hat recolor, very extra. But there you go. Love the art on the inside of the box. Yeah, this is fun. Hopefully this sells well and this becomes a tradition. All right, so the rest of those reveals are starting to come in now, starting with the Warden Encounter. They should be on LEGO.com very shortly if they aren't already. So this set here is a super cheap way to get the Warden. It looks to be the same exact Warden that came in that Ancient City set from a few years ago now. A lot of the same things here, even the Shrieker print there. Also, you get all the blocks here. You've got the Skulk sensor and the catalyst as well. But this is also attached to a lush cave here, which is really nice. Take note of that. I think it's a 6x6 transparent orange plate. Really cool to see that. They'll be popping up in a few other sets. Chicken and Side Eyes Gale. This is such a fantastic minifigure. Absolutely love to see her. So you can see, of course, there's your standard play features built into the set. Gravel falling feature, though there's only one piece of gravel instead of like you'd expect like two maybe. TNT feature, and then you can throw eggs and snowballs to distract the Warden. Lots of Skulk, golden carrot, enchanted crossbow. Love Side Eyes Gale though. Definitely the coolest part of this set is that skin. Yeah, this is a great little set. So many cool pieces packed in here, and this is the smallest set of the wave, cheapest set of the wave, which is awesome. All right, up next is the TNT Jungle House. This is hilarious, completely unexpected. I thought there would be like, you know, pieces of TNT or TNT traps throughout this house, but it is literally a TNT block. Again, you're seeing huge transparent plates. This is like the first time that these have been in production since back in the classic space era, when you got things like 6x8 trans yellow plates in like the Galaxy Explorer. Crazy to see these back again. Really, really cool. Right off the bat here, got some great mobs. Another parrot recolor, very unexpected. The newer version of Steve with the darker skin tone, and then some classic mobs as well. Good old boat. Diamond sword, fish, TNT, go figure. Unsurprisingly, the main gimmick of this house appears to be that it can very thoroughly explode. And yeah, lots of TNT prints in this set. It's a little unclear how many. Yeah, I do wonder how deceptive they're being here if they flip the walls, or maybe they do have printing on both sides, but I'm a little doubtful. You can see a little box. I don't know what that would be in game. Not quite a shulker box because they would have used the shulker box design, but it's got a piece of gunpowder in there. Simple enough set. The interior just seems to have a table with a torch and then a bed as well. And there's a closer look at those figures. Really great to see another parrot already. I kind of was dreaming that this set, being in a jungle, would have that, but I never would have bet money on it, that's for sure. Great to see. So this is a pretty highly anticipated set. This is the Pillager, Outpost, and Ravager. Lego making up for the Outpost set that they made many years ago that failed to include the Outpost itself. So yeah, I mean, this isn't gonna blow any minds here, but it is the full structure, plus a pretty familiar version of the Ravager, though I hear he might be a bit taller yet, and he does look like he's standing on his tippy toes there. But also get a villager house, something to raid, all in one set. It's very well rounded. Curious to see what the price ends up being on this one. I'm guessing it will be egregious, but it's a lot of big pieces. New villager, this is the Mason, and this is the Mason house. There's a whatchamacallit, stonecutter block in there. New player skin, great to see again, and then some more pillagers. Gotta love that. The interior of the house is pretty simple. You got a chair, bed again, and then the stonecutter block. Looks like the loot up here consists of an iron ingot and a carrot, which is pretty standard. You're once again seeing those brand new ladder pieces, and a good chunk of them to give you access to the various floors. I'm not sure I've ever seen this particular element, the 2x2 brick with the notches on the side and reddish brown. So that's really cool. It seems we got that same great play feature in the Ravager again. Looks really fun. Headbutt everybody, literally everybody. Love to get a new villager variant. I would have expected they just reuse one from the Llama Village, and I'm really glad that they didn't. Hope we continue to see these as often as we can in new sets. I guess he's got dark tan legs. That's a little unexpected. I'd have to check the texture of the actual villager again. Maybe that makes the most sense. Yeah, I mean, not a lot going on in these interiors. No mind-boggling secrets that these are hiding. But I think this is a respectable play set at the very least. You know, it will be fun to play with. I'll be curious to see if this mechanism has been changed up at all. I love that this photograph actually features him coming apart already. So we'll see if that's a genuine issue with this. The face print is probably identical, or at least very similar to the one they've used in the past. There you go. There's the interior. Cool stuff. I like how they did the door with the bars there. That's a great picture. Then one last set here, and this one is really interesting to me. This is the Enderman Tower, and it is very much not what I expected. Yeah, as far as mob houses go, this looks really nice. So this picture presents some really interesting things here. It looks like you can put him on either the Crimson Forest platform or the Warped Forest platform. So nice to get that bit of customization there. 6x8 plates in trans orange again. Ender mites, I was kind of expecting a specialized mold like the silverfish, but it makes sense for this scale to do a brick built design, and we get a special print with that, which is great. 2 new player skins. Okay, so this kind of blew my mind, but it's come to my attention that this minifigure here on the left is Nick Bluetooth from Galador. Guys, we got Nick Bluetooth in Lego Minecraft before GTA 6. What a time to be alive. And most importantly here, the return, finally, of the enchantment table, which we also saw back in the advent calendar, but this set will be coming out a few months before then. Enderman looks great. I really like the foliage covering him too. It's really narrow, and so there's only so much you're gonna be able to do with the interior, but it's a great looking mob. I think people will enjoy having this on display. So flipping it around here, you get a better look at the very slim and slender interior. There's not a whole lot of room to put things in, unfortunately, and so it's pretty sparse, but it looks like we got an ender portal at the top, which makes sense. That's kind of a fun inclusion. Crafting table and the enchanting table in the main room here. And then you're once again seeing those ladders, which bring you down to the various vined sections, and then fences here. I don't know. It feels like some sort of museum display for these blocks. There's a closer look at the figures. Again, loving the goofy expressions on the skins. That's great stuff. Purple for a player skin, really like that. These are great designs again. Endermites, Endermen. Oh, it looks like we have some reconfigurability options going on here. In many ways reminds me of the Iron Golem Fortress, in the ways you can reconfigure it, and the fact that there wasn't a lot of interior in that set either. I do like the inclusion of the Nether portal though. I think that's kind of nice. Yeah, it just feels a little empty for like what a big set this is. This is the big set of the wave, and there's just not a lot to do on the inside here, unfortunately. That's just kind of the way it is. I wonder what kind of potion that's meant to be. I think this is a fun wave. I think the sets look really good. They're very creative. I mean, getting the advent calendar especially is such a treat. There's just a handful, of, new mob variants, enough to keep us satiated. Would have liked, again, to have seen maybe another sheep, another new cat. It was the one thing that we were missing for 2025. But overall, I think these are going to be great. Still surprised that we're not seeing a lot of player armor in these sets, and still no printed legs for the player skins in these sets. Those are things I'd definitely like to see return at some point. But anyway, let me know what you think of these and which ones you're planning on picking up. I'm not entirely sure if I'll be reviewing all of these at this point, but we'll definitely be taking them apart to add some of these figures to the LEGO Minecraft world before too long. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have yourself a fantastic life, and I'll see you again here soon.